yards. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now a play fake. Brady. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part, an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Dumps it off to Fournette. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Here's 2nd and 9. Shotgun now for Brady. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Kyle Rudolph. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bucs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that'll make our score 14-7. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Charger drive about to get going. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Wide open receiver complete. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On first down, Justin Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. A 10-point game, 17-7 to score as we get back to it on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Just his second catch of the game to Chains. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring him down to the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on ones, know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Fournette. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Brady to throw for it on 4th down. Open man, it's Jalen Darden. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down. It's a gain of 12 on 4th. Here's Brady. Out route, he finds his man, it's Jones. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendons.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Under pressure, they got him again. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic 3rd and long after that last sack. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety.
Well, it's pretty evident that's not the way you want to try and establish momentum ahead of a possible 4th-quarter comeback because you needed points there, at least something to build out for your next series. That was neither. Instead, it's a huge play for a defense that now has no doubt it can finish this game off.
Taken in at the 11. Offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football.
take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. It's Ekeler again. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try to pick up the first with Ekeler. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Play action. It's Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Herbert will give this one to Ekeler. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a 1st down. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up.
Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, a 20-yard touchdown. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that will bump the lead up to 26. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time they surrendered to safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And he's got this complete down the field to Rudolph. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Play action. Now it's Brady. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. On play action, it's Brady. On the move to his left. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Chargers will take over here at their own 12-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped. Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
On 4th down, Herbert. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And an utter disaster as the ball's going to go over on downs at the 2-yard line. How about this starting field position? 1st and goal from 2 yards out.
Regular. All right, here we go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Now, there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is. I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Touchdown, Allen! Austin Eckler, 44 yards. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Hopkins with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things. with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing is Brady on third down. Man open, here is Jones. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. One final try now for Brady. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. His time is run out on this ball game. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camp, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.